See you by the way. Scotland are back in the World Cup and they're back with a big fat W, but it wasn't easy. Oh no, it wasn't. Haiti causing all kinds of problems. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another video. Today we're taking a look back at the Group C encounter between Haiti and Scotland, two nations in the oblivion, in the abyss of the World Cup nations, but they're back at the grand stage. And of course, Scotland returned with a win, but it wasn't easy. Oh no, goodness gracious me, Haiti are a bloody sight for a sore. They're just a completely weird football team, but we'll talk all about that in just a second. Big shout out to my members, big shout out to patrons, big shout out to you. Again, your one-stop shop for the World Cup is here. Previews, reviews, predictions, all that kind of good stuff. But let's talk about it then. 1-0 victory it was for Scotland over Haiti. I stayed up late on this one. And of course, nerves were settled, if you like, for the Scots fans midway through that first half with John McGinn's scrappy-dappy-do effort. Of course, sometimes we score beautiful goals. Sometimes we score scrappy goals. This was definitely one of the latter here. 28 minutes, took a couple of ricochets on the way in, but opened up the scoring, put Scotland in a good position. But Haiti just did not stop. They were like a rat's nest or a bloody ant's pile or whatever. They were just non-stop at Scotland. As you can see, 15 shots for them compared to Scotland's 9. They were just front foot FC, if I ever did see one. Completely different to what was I expected from Haiti. I thought they were going to be timid. I thought they were going to be they wouldn't take this opportunity, but they were very unlucky not to come away with anything in this match. And as a Scotsman watching this one, talking about this one, I'm glad Scotland got this one over the line, because I don't know from that performance from the Scots, I'm a little bit nervous that they're not going to get any more points, but they got the win. It might be enough. But I think the deeper lining factor here for Scotland is it's only 1-0. Goal difference could be a factor when we look back at the first round of games. Is a 1-0 win against Haiti going to be good when you're thinking you got Brazil and Morocco who look pretty decent in the grand scheme of things? You're going to be looking at potentially a negative goal difference coming into this. But again, I put the cart before the horse here. But first and foremost, Scotland got the result. But kudos to Haiti. They were very much a surprising outfit. And were very unlucky not to get a result in the end. As you can see from possession-wise, 54% for Haiti, 46% for Scotland. They just rode their luck in the end. And I think the key takeaway for this one, for me, for Scotland, was organisation. Haiti, I think they just went, just chucked everything at it. There was no organisation. It was just helter-skelter football. Scotland were a little organised, a little composed at the back, and they kind of nullified that chaos that was from Haiti. But guess what? Couple little slips of consciousness by the Scots, Haiti would have been in there and they would have had a couple of goals to their name. Let's take a look at the key personnel for this match. First and foremost with the Haitians, starting with Johnny Placide at the back there, 38-year-old veteran keeper and captain, of course. Hans de Croo with Ricardo Ate, Martin Expedience, Carlin Zakus make up the back four with Danny, Jean-Jacques, Jean-Richard Bellegarde, Ruben Providence as well, with Lucius Deasden in midfield. Wilson Isidore up top, very little effect up there, but it was the Francis Perrault, the 31-year-old, who was causing all kinds of problems for the Scottish defence. As for Scotland, they start with Angus Gunn between the sticks, Grant Hanley, Jack Hendry, Andrew Robertson and Aaron Hickey at the back four. As for the midfield, we had Scott McTominay, Lewis Ferguson, John McGinn, Ben Ganadoke, live wire on the right-hand side, Che Adams and Lawrence Shankland, who were more better on the defensive side of the ball than they were on the attacking, if my memory reserves me rightly. Quick look at the substitutions. We saw Jose Casimir coming on there, Lenny Joseph, Yasmin Fortuné. Again, some of those were refreshing changes that added a bit of spice to this Haitian side. As for the Scots, we saw the likes of Nathan Patterson, Ryan Christie, Kenny McLean. We also saw Finlay Curtis and Lyndon Dykes up top. A quick look at the performances then. Haiti, of course, boosted by that midfield of Bellegarde, Jean-Jacques in the centre of midfield, Adi at the back, making a solid performance with an average of 6.74 for the Haitians. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the bins. Meanwhile, Scotland, of course, pretty solid, 6.93 across the board. Again, the attacking two, very lacklustre in regards, but it was down to Ben Doak on the left, McGinn on the right, and the back four of Hickley, Hanley, Hendry, and Robertson to nullify that chaotic Haitian spirit. Of course, that one and only goal, though, again, it just leaves me a little bit of reservations that it might not be enough goal difference-wise with Morocco and Brazil are waiting in the wings. Waiting in wings, this is what the table looks like right here, right now. Of course, take a picture, Scots fans, because you are top of the pops right now over in Group C with, of course, 3 points. Brazil are in second with 1 point, as Morocco with 1 point with Haiti with the 0. Scotland then take on Morocco on the 20th of June 2026. They have to be much better in this one. However, don't rule out a draw here for the Scots. They might nick that one if the wind blows the right way. Meanwhile, Brazil will have to up their ante, sharpen their tools, and get something against Haiti. Or otherwise, we could see a gigantic shock of Brazil not making this World Cup. And then, of course, those 2 games are on the 25th of June. In Group C, of course. That's the state of play there. What about the state of play with you guys? Well, if you turn the clock back to the public vote, 82% voted in favour of the Scots, which of course got it right. Haiti, 14%. The draw is at 4. What about the ping-pongs? The ping-pongs went the other way. They went with Haiti with a 1-0 win. Got it wrong, guys. You got it wrong. As for the Cats, she got it right. Of course she did. She knows her stuff. And she picked Scotland in the end. What about me? Well, over to the board. Let's take a little look. For me, I actually went with a 3-0 win for Scotland on this one. So close to the mark, but not right. So what I need to do now is actually update the scoreboard to reflect it all. Oh, shit. For the big fat 1-0 win for the Scots, who top the group currently in Group C in the 2026 World Cup. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. The Scots get off to campaign with a big fat win. Are you happy with it? Do you think they can make it to the round 32? What about Haiti? Can they cause an upset in their final 2 games, or is it already over? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. As I look forward to that and much more when we return, whenever that is. We're done.